So now we come to the practice of inspiration and invention, and some particular things that I hope and plan and expect to work on with Paul Flint, Russ Weinzimmer. Some of these things include a national laboratory for mathematical science and research to serve the President and all the Cabinet Secretaries, and to serve NASA and international space agencies and Dr. Bob Crone. We want to develop the Earth-based space stations, one at least in each state of the Union, governed by the state governor as the place which maximizes the economic value of the inventions which actually or potentially are being birthed or could be birthed in that state. The concept of the Earth-based space station, which I worked out with Dr. Bob Crone and others, came in response to a call from some NASA people to get the best ideas about the future of the International Space Station and American part in that. My suggestion was make Earth-based space stations. I see no reason why a groundling, as we might say, an Earth-based person, shouldn't have a profound experience of life beyond Earth, and this is how it would work. Each Earth-based space station has, as it were, 3 arenas. You call it a 3-ring circus, I suppose, or a bird with 3 wings. And these trace what amounts to a journey through time as well as space. So we enter the first one, let's say on the east side, where the sun rises, and it's actually a museum of spaceflight, although it's a museum that's also a laboratory of history, of historiography, and of science history education. So it's very much a hands-on, please touch me, please do an experiment museum. There in each place, working, I hope, with our astronaut senate, we recreate moment by moment with our quantum theory our experience of the values and the content of space flight education and of international space flight cooperation, leading towards the International Space Station, but with its prequels, the science of beyond Earth flight with such thinkers as Goddard and Tsiolkovsky, Gerard O'Neill. The science fiction stories by Arthur C. Clarke, who received an award, a plaque from NASA saying to Arthur C. Clarke for giving us the intellectual inspiration to go to the moon. H.G. Wells, Olaf Stapledon, Harry Harrison, dozens, hundreds, thousands of science fiction writers. And there in that womb, the collectivity of all those past museum arenas becomes the breeding ground for the second World Conference of Science Fiction Writers, Editors and Publishers. I was a keynote speaker at the first of those in Dublin, Ireland, 1976. And then in the middle, so to speak, the center of each Earth-based space station is a simulacrum of the existing International Space Station. People can learn the languages, talk to the astronauts, work with them, play with them, pray with them. We have a side project of developing a NASA chaplaincy, not just in case somebody needs to be hatched, matched, or dispatched in outer space, but to uphold the highest values that the starry heavens give to our excogitations about what Olaf Stapledon called the hypercosmical reality. And then the West Wing, as we might call it, or the third, the westernmost these 3 rings in the 3-ring circus of the Earth-based space station. For this I coined the phrase inventorium. And an inventorium is the place where people can learn how to birth their inventions in a truly supportive community, to find the funding that they need to launch them, to create and manufacture them, to market and sell them. And the place where we hope Paul Flint, Russ Weinzimmer will carry them forward with patent law to the area where their success is the success of their family and their state and their nation and every one of us space citizens on planet Earth.